I want to welcome all of you here today to the 17th Annual Energy Independence Summit.
Our Energy Independence Summit brings together clean cities each year to help us collaborate. It's an incredible opportunity to network, to meet with other clean cities, to plan projects.
The person you're talking to, they could be your next successful grant provider. It's all about networking and establishing those connections.
It was an opportunity to listen and experience presentations and panel discussions from industry stakeholders from across the country.
Here in Washington, D.C., it's a fantastic opportunity for our clean cities to share the good work that we've been doing in our region and get our partners to know exactly the impacts that we're making in our own local communities.
And the fact that clean city organizations took time away from their families and their communities to come to Washington to show their concern about issues that are important to not only to them, but their entire community is very important.
Opportunities like this to talk with other Clean Cities coalitions and stakeholders provides us an opportunity to collaborate on projects that might work well in New York, but could also be very valuable in places like Colorado and Utah and Texas.
This Clean Cities peer network has been around for 30 years. One of the strongest aspects of that is just what we can learn from each other. It's always a treat, and it's always great to get together with the leaders of Clean Cities coalitions who are just working so hard at the local and state level across the country to really bring sustainable, equitable transportation throughout the country.
On the second day of the summit, we also were provided the opportunity to connect with our members of Congress and educating them about what we've been doing locally.
Being here today is an opportunity for me to take the stories of our local stakeholders and convey that to our national leaders.
TEP did a great job setting up those Hill visits and had a wonderful opportunity to meet at the White House for the Science and Technology Office.
That, to me, is the real goal of the Energy Independence Summit, is not only to educate our congresspeople and senators, but to involve them in our work.
It's so important for us to be able to engage our lawmakers here in D.C. to ensure that they are familiar with the work that we're doing locally, but also at a national level. We come together as part of Transportation Energy Partners to speak with one voice and one message to ensure that clean transportation is accessible to all.
There are 75 Clean Cities coalitions working around 45 states in the nation. We are now covering 90% of the U.S. population with more than 20,000 stakeholders nationwide working towards this change. For 31 years, we've served as the ground troops of the alternative fuels movement, working in thousands of communities across America every day.
We just have such tremendous needs for the work that Clean Cities is doing all across the country right now. We will not be able to execute this energy transformation without Clean Cities. It's essential. The work that we're doing to help strengthen clean cities across the country is going to make a big difference.